Shalom and welcome. This is 2 Minutes of Torah. Close to 40 years ago, I got my first Torah in my elementary school back in Argentina. And I was not prepared to have our teacher making us open the text not at the beginning of the story, but with the parsha that we'll read this week, Parashat Shemot, the beginning of the book of Exodus. I'm not sure either that she was aware that the great Rashi taught us that if the Torah was all about the story of the Jewish people, we didn't need to read the entire book of Genesis. The Torah could have just started, actually, not even at the beginning of the book of Exodus, but more specifically on chapter 12. And yet, explains Rashi, the fact that we have the entire book of Genesis comes here to help us understand that it's not, believe it or not, all about us. It's not all about our experience as Jews in the world, that it is important for us to have the notion that there is a bigger world out there in which we are also part of it. It's very relevant as we go through these weeks and we see the world celebrating Christmas first, and this week the beginning of a new year, in which sometimes we say, like, are we part of that celebration of the new year? We shouldn't be part. It is our new year or not? And the answer from our tradition, I think, is absolutely it is part of who we are, because as we celebrate and embrace and love our calendar, we are not strangers to the bigger world surrounding us. We are not strangers to the bigger world in which we live. Only when we understand that we are part of those two worlds and they don't negate each other, we can really live in a more meaningful way and have a much better impact in the society that surrounded us. So, have a wonderful new secular year, maybe a happy and a healthy one for us, for the entire people of Israel, and for the entire humankind. Have a great week. Looking forward to seeing you soon.